Let's bring in NBC News legal contributor Barbara McQuade. She's a former U.S. attorney in Michigan. Barbara, good to have you with us again. So that Supreme Court, now that the Supreme Court does say the leaked draft opinion is real, but we know it's not final, and that's key. So what could still happen? Could the final outcome change? Help us understand what happens behind the scenes here.
Well, it could. What happens typically is that justices draft the first opinion, that's what this appears to be, and then they exchange the draft with the other justices, and each of them suggests changes. Sometimes there are so many changes that someone who originally voted with the majority switches sides and is persuaded by a dissent that he or she has read and said, I'm going to join that opinion instead. So about 3 or 4 times a term, it actually flips where the majority decides the opposite way from that initial draft. But far more often, it is, some of the sharper edges get sanded off so that somebody agrees to join. Somebody decides to write a concurring opinion, but is going to join in the decision. And so it seems to me, in light of what we saw at the oral argument, and in light of the fact that they even took this case after the lower courts had rejected it, it seems likely that this is the final decision that's going to stand, even if some of the language changes a bit.
A really important point there, the fact that they even took the case in the first place. Now, of course, a huge part of this story is the actual leak itself. People inside and outside the Supreme Court want to know who's responsible. Chief Justice Roberts says that there's this investigation happening, so we may get more answers on that. But my question to you is about the bigger picture here, especially with the backdrop of this erosion of bipartisan support during confirmation hearings and accusations of the court sort of becoming politicized. What kind of impact do you think this situation, this leak, could have on people's trust of the nation's highest court?
I think it's very damaging for trust in the court. I think that it reveals the court to be nakedly political. I think the court has always tried to insulate itself from politics and to say that it's above the fray, although justices may reflect the worldview of the president who put them there. They're deciding the cases in good faith on fact and law. But the fact that someone was willing to leak this does, I think, undermine that sort of trust that they're all there together working in good faith. Because to leak it, I think, one way or the other, is either trying to generate some outrage, or it is trying to lock people into a certain position. And so all of those things, I think, are damaging to the institution.
Barbara, we also want to ask you, this leaked draft opinion also references cases about LGBTQ issues, namely the landmark decision to legalize gay marriage. Justice Alito refers to that case and others, saying, quote, none of these rights has any claim to being deeply rooted in history. Is there a chance the decision here could have an impact on cases involving same-sex marriage down the road?
Very much so. I think that because that case, as well as other kinds of cases, interracial marriage, use of contraception, all of those cases are built on the same foundation as Roe versus Wade, and that is this implied right to privacy. The words are not in the Constitution, nor are other words that we rely on, like executive privilege or qualified immunity or presumption of innocence. None of those things are in the Constitution, but the court has interpreted those things to be there. And so now if the privacy interest is gone, then all of those cases that rely on it are in jeopardy.
Barbara McQuade, thank you so much for your analysis. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.